All right, everybody. Carl and Erynn here, and we're on the Mandolin Trail, and we're bound to have a little fun with the tune of that same name from Gusty Wallace, Kentucky. And Bruce Green did a lot of Kentucky tunes, and this is one of them. And he learned a lot from Gusty, I think, a lot of good tunes. So I think we'll have fun with this. It's got a great melody. I think it's kind of catchy, and you can get it in your head pretty easy.
An extra long B part. Extra long B part has a little of the A part in it, and chance to play a minor chord, which is kind of nice.
Got a minor in both parts.
Very
E
popular
minor.
at jams.
And we'll look at, since it's the mandolin, we'll look at a way to do that. We always love to do that. I know you're excited about that prospect. So here we go with the melody first. Bound to have a little fun in the key of G. Experiment a little bit. Thank you. Very beautiful. Yeah, it was fun. A little fun. It was a lot of fun. So I was bound to have a lot of fun, maybe. Might be another tune we could write. So let's just explore playing that a minute. It's pretty lays out pretty good on the mandolin, so it's great. Let's just look at our chords for a second. It's got 3 measures. We're thinking in 4 beats here. You got a little pickup. So chord-wise, let's just look at a way to go from G to E minor for a moment, because we're going to do that. If I'm just playing on the first 2 strings, what I call a small slant, an E minor, you could just pick up on the first string and get, that would be an E minor sound. I think one good way to do it is just to bar the middle 2 strings and get a nice one there. You got on the mandolin, any straight shape out of 2 strings, adjacent strings, like the middle strings right now, 2 and 2, the thicker string is the name of your chord. So the nice thing about that shape is it can be major or minor. So right now we're thinking E minor. So I guess from a G, I would probably be thinking of, let's go to the low strings just for fun and play a small slant, what I call the 4 and 5. There, you can do a different fingering. And then that G could go down to that E, just the low sound. That's not nice to sound. So you take that G down, you hear it going down to the 6 knots. And you also have have the open G there too. So that would be a good, for backup, let's just look at the backup for a minute. We'll use that for our G to E minor. So maybe get the melodies there too. You can kind of pick up the E minors coming in there. And you can experiment with your sounds there into a D chord. Just a regular D's fine. And you could go high too. So the G chord first part. Get a little movement in there. E minor's coming in. You can play high. To a D chord, open middle strings or D2, right? So experiment. Second part's coming up. It's just a G chord. To a C, you can just use that little middle strings for the C small sled. And I throw a quick D in there. G. It's going to go to a D chord. And back to E minor. And then we can get back. Then it repeats the same phrase you had in the first part. To the D. So you get an idea for the backup a little bit where the chords change. So G to E minor is a real nice sound. And if you're not familiar with the melody sometimes, just getting the chord structure is really good. It's good to practice just hearing the chords where they change, of course, is the first thing. You have to kind of get a knack at it if you hadn't done much of that backup playing. So the melody, let's go ahead and look at the melody here. A lot of times I hear fiddlers go open, 2, and 5. But Gusty, I think when I listened to the recording, it was like open, second string, and the 4th fret. So both of those will work. You could go that, you'll hear a lot. So either one of those works, and I think when I was playing I did a little bit of each thing there. So here's my first phrase here. Let me just let you hear this. So it's like, and I'm putting down that little second fret at the end. The fiddlers do that a lot. So I've got the open second and the 4th fret lead is my little lead in on the last 1, 2, 3. Then I have 5, 5, 5, and I get that second fret, 2, 5, open 4, 5, and a little chord strum. So I'm going to do that a couple times, let you practice that. And something you could do, which I would probably do, is hit that low string in there somewhere just for fun. It might, maybe then you could, so like I'll say, you can hit that some. You don't want to get carried away, but that's like a low, just like a banjo player has a nice short string for a drone, the mandolin has a low G string for a drone in a G tune. So let's see what happens next. I think it's the same thing. Starting out, but at the end it stays on 5, and it goes to our nice E minor chord on the middle strings, 2 and 2. I'm just barring that, and then you have on the bass that keeping that bar and going 2, 5, 2. So let me just do that much. That's 4 measures halfway through our first part. Not too bad. So sounds like this: 1, 2, go, open 4, 5. Second string, open 4, 5, chord, 2, 5, open 5, bar, E minor, and work that 2, 5, 2 on the 3rd string. Let's see what happens next. Then we have the other little pickup. Just like the start there after we get started. And we're going to go to a D there, and that's something I heard Bruce do, that little bounce. I don't know if Gusty did that, but I did it just because I'm used to doing it, just because it's fun to see possibilities. Then we have, I slid to that 7th fret from the 4th fret to get that nice D unison. And you have that nice, and he would throw in a little different chord note sometimes. The fiddlers are good at that, sneaking in a little harmony note at the end of a phrase. You don't even hardly notice it, but because they do it so smooth. So let me just play that again. That's one time through the first part. Now I'll go ahead and repeat it and get us ready. The second ending will get us climbing up high for the second part. So the whole first part one time through, well, we'll go through it both times with both endings, and I'll get us ready. So 1, 2, go. 4, 5, chord, 4, 5, bar E minor, 2, 5, 2, open 2, 5, that 4, 5 again, 2, 5, slide unison, 2, open, 2, 4, 5, and a little small slant, repeat. That's pretty. Bar E minor. Bounce, 2, 5, and slide. 5th fret, and you're ready to go up to the high string for the second part. And I'll go ahead and do that. Look, so it's going to climb up to that G note there, which is part of a chord there. It's good to notice you're always outlining the smaller chords, those 2-string chords, when you play your melody. So it's really good to just kind of pay attention. That'll help you. Makes it easier when you realize that sometimes. So up to G, open 2, 3, and you have a little 3, 5, 3 bounce. Then you reach over and get the 5th fret and keep that 3 the whole time. So, and it keeps going. I love the way it doubles up on some of the notes. That's what the old-time fiddlers did, a lot of that, and you don't notice it till you start trying to reproduce it. So let me do that phrase again. That's the first phrase of the second part. One more time. 1, 2, go. Up to G. 2, 2, 5. And I love this. He does a really interesting thing here. So you got 5 twice, and you slide. I'm sliding to that 7. You can slide or just go right to it. You're getting the E unison. So it's open and 7 on the first 2 strings, the thinner strings. So it goes. Let me get the timing right. So it's a little tricky here. Let me make sure I got it right. I'll go slow and get it right for you. Sorry. Yeah, let's make sure it's right. I'll do it a few times to make sure I got it right. So 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1. Right, and then it climbs up. And you're back to that first part. Bar E minor. So that's great. You know that how that goes already. And the same bounce we did for the unison low, and you work that 3rd string back up and repeat a little slower. Repeat of the second part. That's it. E minor. I'll do both parts again. Here we can start the first part. Think about where those chords change. G and a D chord. Repeat that part, starting over. E minor. D, second ending. Get a little higher, the second part climbs up. Do some unisons there. Gonna repeat the part. Repeat the second part. E minor. And something that I know Bruce used to do, he would walk, he'd go on the lower strings like on that, and they'd do it like on the second part, something like. A little climb. Variations on that, right? So keep that in mind. So a little, that's kind of nice. You'll hear people do that kind of thing. And the more you play a tune, the more you get little turns, little differences, and you kind of tweak the turns in different little ways. Which you know, I think the more you play a lot of fiddle tunes, you do that when you don't even realize it, which is great. And I love that about old time fiddlers, the way they double up the notes. I love the way Gusty did that second part. and stuck to a lot of repetition of those notes. So try your own thing there. Remember, you can use that drone when you're playing any G tune. Try to go down there and catch. If you got a little open space there, a long note, reach down there and hit that G and let it ring. If you're playing melodies on the high string, you know, so you could almost hit it right there. So bound to have a little fun. I think we're all bound to have a little fun with this tune and just playing the mandolin anytime you do. So take care, and I'll see you next time around. Thanks so much.